Thank you, Goddess. I would like to ask a question that I've received. It goes like this. I've been reflecting on how many spiritual teachings say things like, my brother, my sister, and I are one. Intellectually, I have no objection to that statement. It makes complete sense. But when I look at my actual life, I notice something different. I'll do my Course in Miracles lesson, feel connected, then meet someone I really like, and suddenly I pull away. I run because I'm scared, because I don't trust, because I'm still holding grievances. I get close, then something small will trigger me, and I withdraw out of fear of being hurt. So I see that I'm still carrying grievances towards people, certain people, and no matter how hard I try, I can't seem to let them go. Even when I think I've moved on, the pattern shows up again. If not in their faces, then in new situations and relationships. That leaves me wondering, how far can I really go with just affirming unity as an idea, when in practice, I keep getting pulled back into this traumatic loop of it's going to hurt too much, even when it's not fully conscious. Could you give us some guidance with this, please?
Yes, dear one. Now, this is a multi-layered, multifactorial question. We will do our best to distill it down. And if you like, you may remind us again at the end with any more clarification that is needed. So now you are correct. There is the intellectualization of the oneness. And now that conceptually could be sort of grasped. It can be looked at. It can be accepted. And then the actual utilization of this principle in the quote unquote physical incarnation is an entirely different story. So first of all, we would like to talk about the triggers. The triggers are your gifts. Now, what we alluded to in the beginning with this quote unquote modern life and all of this simultaneous now moment is you are also living your other lives concurrently in the now. Now, the way that the human mind, human brain construct is set up is that you are only aware of this individual incarnation, and that is the way that it should be. That is what you need to focus on, is this now moment, this now life. The past lives, the future lives, the simultaneous lives, they don't really matter. And what the gift is in these triggers, these reflections, it is giving you exactly what you need to heal it in this now moment, in this life, and in all the other lives. So whoever these beings are, who are your quote unquote brothers and sisters in oneness, they are giving you a gift. This trigger is a gift. And what it is asking of you is to look at it and to feel into it. What is being brought up? Now, this is going to be different for each and every one of you. So we can go with a creative example here, and please don't by any means restrict this as in this is the only subject matter. The trigger for each and every one of you, and you are all going to have multiple triggers because this is sort of the culmination of it all in this life. The trigger is the gift. It is showing you what needs to be seen, what needs to be felt. As we alluded to in the beginning introduction, what needs to be felt into for this to release, because as you have mentioned, you are absolutely correct, until quote unquote the root of this trigger is transmuted. And how is that done? That is by bringing love and light to it. So until the root of this trigger is transmuted, it will keep showing up over and over and over and over and over, etc. again, because it is what needs to be addressed. It is the, we'll call it the culmination of your learning in this current incarnation, which is a simultaneous representation for all of your incarnations. So it is carrying sort of like we'll call it a doozy, a double, triple, quadruple whammy. Every other life that you have had trouble with, this same thing is being reflected back in the strength of the energetics of the trigger. So by addressing it here in the now moment, you are facilitating the cleansing of it in all of your experiences, all of your timelines, all of your incarnations. So all you need is the now. All you need is to be present in the now moment. So let us make a creative example. You mentioned that you are afraid of being hurt in this trigger, that you find a brother and sister, a brother or sister in oneness who reflects back to you some kind of beauty that you are terrified of because in another experience, you let yourself feel into that, believe that this is true, and it somehow got eradicated from you. It somehow got taken from you. You don't really need to know how or when or where or why or how this condition came about. All you know is that you are terrified of love, being loved, having this experience of love, because you are terrified that it will be ripped and torn away from you. Now, that is what we are hypothesizing. That is what we are creating from this example that you have given us. So again, this comes back to what we were speaking about in the beginning. The way through this, the way out of this, is to feel into this. So if you decide, after looking at this, after spending time with it, after possibly journaling about it or discussing it with friends or loved ones or a trusted professional, so to speak, then you are going to want to feel into this terror that if you allow yourself to love and be loved, that it will be ripped away. So the very thing that frightens you the most is exactly what needs to be looked at, exactly what needs to have the love and the light of your conscious awareness brought into it. So that would mean being in a relaxed state, sitting down comfortably, laying down comfortably, and being present with the thing that terrifies you the most, the loss of love, the fear that if you allow yourself this love, it will be taken from you. That is the way through this, to breathe into it, to be present in the physical structure, to be present in the body, and breathing into this fear. Now, if you need someone to be with you, if you need a trusted companion, a pet, a lover, a friend, a therapist, a teddy bear to sit with you while you breathe into this, you will find that eventually, this may take some of you longer, some of you less time, eventually this will begin to soften. Now, we also suggest that you call on the divine mind, the divine aspect, the creative source, center, love, and light to assist you with the transmutation. You can also visualize light coming into this density, which you will most likely find residing in some part of your body or somewhere just outside of your energy field. Most of you will find it in the physical structure. As you breathe into it, as you put your attention and your love onto it, it will eventually dissipate. Now, we cannot tell you there is a exact formula for how long this will take. Some of you, it will take 5 minutes. Some of you, we're going to say it will take 5 years. We are so sorry to tell you that, but some of these densities that you carry, some of these fears that you carry are very deep. Now, the 5 years is quite an exaggeration, and that doesn't mean you're going to spend 5 years concurrently doing this, stuck in this state of feeling exactly what you don't want to feel, but it may mean that you spend 5 minutes once a week. And that's going to take you several years to clear this out without additional help. We're just giving you one tool at this time to move through this. There are other techniques that can accelerate these things. What we're trying to give you right now is a way through it where you can do this on your own. There are other ways. And yes, the Course in Miracles is one of those ways to help you accelerate this process, but really it is the feeling of these emotions. So back to what we are understanding as the original question is the oneness. So how can we also share this with you, this idea of not just a conceptual oneness, but an actual practical utilization of this oneness? So these brothers and sisters in oneness that are triggering you, whether it either be through the fear of love or the fear of rejection or the fear of abandonment or the fear of a loss of love, they are aspects of yourself being reflected out to you in what looks like another beingness, another embodied aspect of source, another creature, another entity, another aspect of oneness. They are an aspect of yourself giving you the gift of reflection. The universe is a universe of reflection. The one that you currently inhabit, the version that you are residing in and playing in and creating in, is a universe of, we'll call it mirroring. It's a little cliche, but it is a reflection. And whatever you see going on outside of you is a reflection of what is going on inside of you. So your brothers and sisters in oneness who are triggering you are giving you the greatest gift that you could ever have. And now we are not asking you to completely understand, because the way that the human mind construct with the ego construct is set up is that as long as the ego is running amok, and in all of you to some degree, it's running amok, some more than others, it is going to insist that whatever is outside of you is not of you. It's out there. How could that be me? I'm literally seeing it outside of me. And that is just part of the construct, and that is just part of the game. So part of this is a little bit of faith-based. You're going to be taking this on faith. And just know that whoever is outside of you is reflecting a gift back to you, something that is going on within that, in order for you to understand it, because we often have blind spots of what's going on habitually with us or unconsciously with us. And so these reflections of other quote unquote beings outside of us are showing us where our attention and our love and our light need to go for our healing through our own path, through our own, we'll call it reorganization back into the structure of oneness. Is there any further clarification you would like or need on this topic?
Oh, thank you very much, Goddess. Thank you for this response.